Hey, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time of day it is. Um, hey, this is Ray back with another video. So today, guys, I have diagnosed a water leak in a Dodge Durango, the 5.7 liter Hemi. Um, and I'm gonna show you guys where it's coming from and what I plan to do to repair this leak. Um, so hang on one second, guys. I'll be right back with you. Hey guys, back with you. So, if some of you guys are not familiar or are familiar with, like I said, this is a Dodge Durango. This is the sunroof. So, if you didn't know, when it rains or when you wash your car, whatever, there are drain holes right down in there. Hope you guys can see that. There's drain holes on each side of the corner, excuse me, of the sunroof. That allows the water to drain. There's a tube. I'm going to show you guys that. So I'm hoping you guys can see this. I'm sorry about the lighting. Okay, there's a tube that goes all the way, excuse me guys, right there. Hope you guys can see that. And it's black, so, but this is not the tube. This is actually the connection from the draining part of the top of the sunroof. So this right here is the tube. This is the tube right here. So what I had to do was I took two bolts out of the the visor. This is a visor right here. Took that down. Was able to pull this headliner down just enough. I didn't need to pull the whole thing down. Just enough to try to diagnose this thing. So the issue I was having obviously was when it rained, it actually all, excuse me guys, I forgot about the glare. All of this ran all the way down here and everything was getting wet. It was getting on the floorboard and actually it was dripping down to electrical parts, which was causing the vehicle to act erratically once water got to it. So I went in there, I popped this off of the connection from the right up underneath the sunroof. And guys, look what I found. So obviously this is just plastic. And plastic eventually it gets old, it cracks and all that stuff. So at first I poured the water down in the sunroof. I saw it leaking like around this area, which I thought it was anyway. But what it actually is here. I want you guys to look at this really carefully. There's the split. And if you didn't take this off, you would never find that. There's the split where the water coming in. So before it even, I'm sorry, right after it hits this drain tube, starts to go down, it's all leaking. It's all leaking out of this right there. So I could replace this whole thing, but I did look at the whole tube, and this is actually the only place it's leaking from. So I'm going to see if I can just snip this tube down enough and then slide this back on the tube, and hopefully we should be good. So hang on guys, I will be right back with you. So here we go. So I popped this little rubber part off the connection, pop that off the end of the tube here, and as I showed you before, let me go back here. Where? Let's see. There again is the split. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna snip that thing with, I'm gonna take some snippers or something, and I'm gonna cut it just beneath that, and then I'm gonna slide this thing back on there. There's still enough space to, enough length in this little plastic hose to go back on to the connection, and then we're going to test it and see if it's draining properly. Stay tuned guys. So here we go, guys. Hang on, back with you. So what I did, guys, is I took the tube. Hold on, my light on. Light's not on. Hang on 1 second. There we go. All right, so I took that tube, I snipped it, and I ran it all the way back and slid it on the little outlet drain right there. And now I'm gonna pour some water in that thing and see if that fixed the issue. I think it will, because yeah, I think it will. All right, guys. Whew, I'm back with you. Bear with me on this one. Um, so originally I told you that I showed you the tube, that little crack in the tube. But so it turns out that that wasn't the only issue. Um, not only was that was an issue, which I snipped that part of the hose, reattached that little rubber attachment on the end, tried it, I reattached everything, poured the water down in the sunroof. Um, then at that point, what was happening was that the water was actually backing up. It wasn't draining. There were little trickles coming out of the port, or the, excuse me, the tube that it drains out, to run to the ground. But what was happening is that it was not draining properly. It was just trickling. So I started to pour water a little bit faster, more water into the drain hose, and the water started to back up. It started to come back out of the drain hole, which at that point I knew it signified it was clogged somehow. So I don't have compressed air. So let me show you guys what I end up doing, and I really hope this helps somebody, guys. And I forgot to tell you, please like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. Um, you know, in this particular video, I'm gonna just call it creative and innovative. What I had to do to clear that hose because I didn't have compressed air. I don't know if you guys seen any other previous people doing videos where they say, hey, just use compressed air to do it, but I don't have it, so I couldn't. So let me show you guys exactly what I had to put together, and um, as my solution to getting this hose unclogged. All right, guys, here we go. So did not have compressed air. I hope you guys can see this. So what I did is I found 2 wire coat hangers, and I opened them up, took them off the hook right here. I had to join 2 together, so I just used some duct tape to make it, tight enough and thin enough to go down through the tube. And if you see how long this coat hanger, well, it's 2 coat hangers together, had to be in order for me to, this is probably about, yeah, it's about 6 feet long. It's actually about 6 feet long altogether. So what I did, here's the tube right here, going all the way down there. I had to run that clothes hanger very carefully not to puncture this plastic, because it's only plastic. But I had to make it straight enough and finagle that wire long enough to go all the way down to the drain port. And and when I knew I had it unclogged, guys, listen to this right here. That's me blowing through this drain tube, because at first I did it and it wouldn't do anything. No, now guys, I'm about to show you. I'm gonna pour some water down in this hole here, and I'm gonna show you guys that it's draining out the way it should. All right, thanks guys. And there it is, guys. Successful job. Was a bit more than I initially thought. I said, guys, it was a little more than I initially thought it was going to be, but the main thing is I got it done. You know, it was wreaking some havoc. Like I said, um, the issue was sunroof was leaking, the driver's side vent or the drain tube was actually clogged up. It'll end up doing what I said. I'm not gonna repeat all that again. Taking care of it. Um, like everything was getting wet in there when it rained. We had a hard rain recently, so like the headliner, the floor, and it got so bad because we had a really hard rain, and the it was some electrical stuff right above. I guess it started from, like I said, the headliner ran down, and it started giving me issues with the vehicle itself. Whereas, it was issue where the dash lights were coming on, they stayed on. I couldn't understand what was going on. My alarm went off. It would not respond to my key, and come to find out, it had just gotten so wet down in the electrical stuff where the water ran from the sunroof that it almost started to short. I didn't short out because it just needed to dry. It needed to dry out, and then it was fine after that. But just in case anybody have any issues like that, it could be water leaks. Um, I'm thankful I found it. Thankful I got it taken care of. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I feel pretty confident I got it sealed up, got the issue solved. Um, but again, guys, if you have any questions about anything, any of my videos, any comments, I welcome them. Again, my name is Ray. I know I'm helping somebody out there. If you guys like the video, if it's helpful to you, please share it, please like it, please subscribe to my channel. I got a host of other types of videos on my channel. So, I hope I can help somebody out there. And if I do, I appreciate it. So guys, have a great day. And again, my name is Ray. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Take care, guys.